All right, so here we go. Let's get straight into it. Check out the headline right here. It says Cyberpunk is getting a huge visual upgrade, but there's a very big catch, and many fans are upset, and rightfully so. I'll dive into this controversy here in just a moment. It's definitely bittersweet. But then we have this. This is very interesting. CD Projekt Red talks about the GTA 6 leak. They know the pain firsthand, believe you me. So we're going to dive into that as well. Plus, this is a big headline. It says Cyberpunk 2077 is here to stay forever. The game is destroying milestones. Let me tell you what, this is extremely good news, constantly good news about the future of Cyberpunk for sure. But I wanted to get into this first of all. Check this out right here. It says the guide to answering doors in Night City with Rebecca, exclusive subreddit safe edition. And this one comes from, how do you say this name? Quasimodo X. And check this out. This is absolutely hilarious, and it shows a complete guide on how to properly answer the doors, even telling you to toe stand to look taller and increase view distance. I found it hilarious. I had to highlight that. Plus, you can tell that right now Cyberpunk Edgerunners is having this absolute virality to it, especially when we check out and see what cosplayers are currently doing as well. Check it out right here. Let's highlight this. It says, I cosplayed Lucy, pulled an all-nighter to finish this. And if we check it out, look at the accuracy, the detail. It's a painstaking process here. Even the outfit, the hairstyle is absolutely incredible. And she absolutely nailed it. And then we have this one right here as well. This comes from, let's see who it is from. Okanu Kaya Nilsson. Hopefully I didn't butcher the name. It says my Lucy cosplay test, and check it out. Look at the impressive details going on with the hairstyle, the makeup. Absolutely amazing to see what the Cyberpunk community is doing right now. But also, we have some game developers taking notice. One of my favorite game developers of all time, Hideo Kojima. Check out what he has to say about Edgerunners. He says, I took a quick peek at the Trigger-produced Cyberpunk anime. Franz Ferdinand's This Fire played in the opening. Good taste. Thumbs up there. So he's really enjoying the Cyberpunk Edgerunners Netflix TV series so far. I remember he was interested in Cyberpunk 2077 when it was first announced. But also, yes, this is absolutely huge news right here. Milestones continue to be broken. Barriers completely destroyed. Check out the numbers. 24-hour peak is 83,252 concurrent players on Steam. Never thought we would see this type of increase because of Edgerunners. This is beyond what I was expecting, and it's plateaued right now. I thought it would, completely nosedive, but this just keeps going and going. It seems like it's stabilizing right now, so I'm curious to see what happens next and to see, most importantly, how CD Projekt Red responds. Now, because of you guys tuning into Edgerunners, enjoying it so much, and checking out Cyberpunk, you know what? Cyberpunk becomes Steam top seller yet again after Netflix anime show, so it is absolutely remaining a powerhouse and here to stay. So let's talk about what's going on right now with Cyberpunk 2077 and future visual upgrades. And this is definitely very bittersweet. This comes from NVIDIA. It says over 35 games and apps adding NVIDIA DLSS 3 plus Portal with RTX Cyberpunk 2077 new ray tracing overdrive mode and more. And if we go to the actual trailer showcasing what we're going to be getting with the visual upgrade, let me tell you what. It looks super impressive, but there is a catch here. And the catch is that these, benefits that you see here are going to be limited to the GeForce RTX 40 series graphics cards. So if you're on the 30 series graphics card, you are out of luck, it seems. And that's where people are really kind of furious about this, because the benefits with especially DLSS 3 with ray tracing on improves the frame rate so much. You're definitely going to want that, especially if you just purchased a 380 graphics card and now you're not getting this feature. So a lot of people are looking at this news as extremely bittersweet, considering what we're seeing here with the visuals and how impressive it actually looks. Of course, you want to be able to experience that. But we have some of the developers commenting on this. We have Pal Sasko, who says we can finally show you what is in the works for Cyberpunk 2077. And previously I reported that it seemed like they were doing something with NVIDIA based on what was going on internally with Steam database, and it turns out to be true here. Now, we have this compliment here, and this is true. This is what I find fascinating. It says, this game is never going to age at this pace. 10 years from now, the graphics will still look insanely cool, and most people will be on good enough GPUs to let the game shine. There's the benefit to this news today, of course, is that this is becoming like a crisis type situation where this game, in my opinion, will always look amazing, especially in part due to, of course, the modding community always pushing, the visuals as well. But then we have some concerns here from the community. Yes, PC players will be getting these bonus features, I guess you would say. But hey, what about the next-gen consoles? What about PlayStation 5? What about Xbox Series X and S? Are they going to be getting any benefits, visual upgrades, and things like that? No comment yet from CD Projekt Red, but right now, in my opinion, they already did their visual upgrade to the game with the next-gen update. So yeah, I'm going to speculate here and say that I don't think that they are going to be pushing a lot of visual updates to Cyberpunk when it comes to next-gen console. However, I want to backpedal a little bit on that statement because we are getting Phantom Liberty, the expansion, which is going to be next-gen only. So that is where we will be seeing a visual push when it comes to console. So that's what I'm going to say about that one. Now we have some additional comments from the Cyberpunk community. Check this out here, showing some displeasure. Man from the Moon says, I think not adding DLS 3 to the 30 series cards is the worst thing NVIDIA did in years. So people are absolutely furious about this one. Plus, we have this one from Wheatley. Pape, I believe it is. It says this, rebranding the 4070 as a 4080 12 gigabyte DLSS 3 only for the 40 gen. A big middle finger to everyone who bought a 2XX, 3XX card. Thanks, Arasaka. Whoa, shots fired right there. 1,900 upvotes, so you can see the displeasure here within the community for sure. Then we have Golden Mastery saying, the fact that my RTX 380 won't have access to DLSS 3 features makes me so mad. AMD needs to compete with this ASAP, so they stop milking us like this. And you know what? Graphics cards have been so expensive. They've gotten more rare because of many different problems. I blame, crypto mining and things like that. So it is just unbelievable that they are being this annoying, I guess you would say, with trying to get people to buy their next series of graphics cards instead of saying, hey, we get what's going on with the current world situation. We're not going to push it this hard. Dude, I guess it would make sense in a way if graphics cards were cheaper and more available, but that's not the case whatsoever. In fact, even if they were more readily available, they should still offer this on what I would consider, I guess you would say, the previous series of graphics cards. Now we have this comment right here as well. It says, this is the deliberate attempt from NVIDIA to make people buy 4000 series instead of buying dirt cheap 3080, and a massive middle finger to everyone or anyone who bought 380 and even 280 when the price is off the roof. Yeah, and I'm on, I guess you would say an older graphics card, and I'm just thinking, oh man, I don't want to have to buy more graphics cards, Anyway, all right, so let's get into the next subject here. It says GTA 6 leaks prompts outpouring of public support from Cyberpunk 2077 Last of Us devs. So I'm sure by now you've probably seen and heard about the Grand Theft Auto 6 leak, which of course is now legit because of what Rockstar Games said right here, that they did suffer an attack from hackers. And yes, they have gotten federal investigators involved and they are chasing down the leakers right now. It's going to be bad for them for sure when all said and done. But CD Projekt Red knows the pain. We have Paul Sasko out here who says this, dread to think what the Rockstar team is going through right now. Years of work are now being shredded, torn apart, analyzed, and misunderstood, taken out of context, and memed. A destructive cycle games industry knows way too well. Help to make it better and don't engage with leaks. Yeah, I think everyone is going to have their own opinion about the leaks, But it's such a shame that people will, misunderstand them, misadvertise them. But overall, I think when GTA 6 is finally revealed to the public, the leaks won't matter, to be blunt. I mean, there wasn't enough in there to really overhype the game, in my opinion. I think Rockstar will be fine. But then we have this one, Miles Toss, who says, "Stay strong, people, you got this, and I cannot wait to play it." That's how I feel about it. They just got to weather this storm. Then we have an interesting comment from Neil Drunkman of The Last of Us, and of course he helped with Uncharted. He made Uncharted. Co-made it, I guess you would say. Says this: "To my fellow devs out there affected by the latest leak, know that while it feels overwhelming right now, it'll pass. One day, we'll be playing your game, appreciating your craft, and the leaks will be relegated to a footnote on a Wikipedia page. Keep pushing, keep making art." I love that comment right there. It may seem overwhelming to them, but they got to think about the future. And it's gonna be okay. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so now it's time to get into your top comments. Remember, leave a comment down below. It could end up in a future video. You never know. So this was my previous video. It says Cyberpunk just got crazy news, but there's problems. How will CD Projekt Red react? That is the question. So let's go ahead and see what you guys had to say about this one, shall we? So the first top comment comes from Human Dislike Counter. He says, "Anyone else notice Rogue when David and the crew walked into Afterlife? I wish she had a bigger part, but it was cool at least seeing her for a second." Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, it's like every shot in that show, you can recognize something, like the bar, the apartment. It's just so cool. And I don't know, it just overwhelms with emotion to see such respect given to Cyberpunk 2077. It's like this back and forth respect between the game and then the anime. It's pretty incredible to actually be able to actually witness this. And then we have Exotic Beats, who says this one: "I could die happy if they add an expansion for Crystal Palace. I really feel like that was part of the plan at one point." Yeah, they did a second expansion. It sure would be nice to be able to play on Crystal Palace for sure. Now, Asher says this: "They need to add in random hobos that also turn out to be high-level cyber psychos." That would be very, very cool and actually fit the lore of Cyberpunk, of course. Blood Lord says this: "I would also like to see more outfits added to the game, like Lucy's from Edgerunners. It so reminds me of Major Mikado's from Ghost in the Shell." Yes, that is so true. In fact, honestly, man, I wish somehow CD Projekt Red can do like a Ghost in the Shell type tie-in to Cyberpunk 2077 or even Edgerunners. That would be mind-blowing if they could kind of like tie those universes together somehow, some way. But I don't think that's ever going to happen. But there it is, the latest happenings around Cyberpunk 2077. Let me know what you guys make of Edgerunners. It seems like everyone overall is really, really enjoying it. And I'm so glad to see a second win given to Cyberpunk 2077. Let's see how long this can keep going. Now it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Phantom Liberty. They got to nail this one big time. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I will see you all next time. Take care.